I want to turn it over. Give it a squeeze. And one more time. And that's 2. Give it a squeeze. And then cut that off. Take my bent nose pliers, give it a squeeze. Check for any sharpness. I don't feel any. And there we go. Now, I like to do my necklaces like this first, and if they're long enough, I'll leave it like that, and then I'll just put a dangle on the back. But since I want this one kind of short, I am going to search out the middle and put a clasp there and an extender chain. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I have finished one side of the necklace other than the clasp. I did pull out my gold chain, and I went with the daintier chain. I do have a thicker, bulkier, a more dark yellow gold chain right here, but I chose to use this one. And we've got the owl here. I strung this with the 7-strand beading wire that I got in my curated bead box, because I don't have any on a spool, so I was really happy to have that gold because I stole it from the curated bead box. And that's what we do, we utilize our stuff, right? So there's the owl. Isn't he so adorable? And I've got all of the beads here. I've got the bicone spacers, the crystals, the fire polish crystals, the daisy, the little gold metal beads, and then I've got to tuck that in once I tighten it up. And I've got the blue gold capri, and I've got the wire protector, and another link here, and then a small little link with the fire polish, and then the chain. And there is the wire wrapping on that. That little hex really captures the light when it hits it. The little hex Toho beads, and then the chain. And I don't want to make this a very long necklace. I'd like for it to sit on my chest and on the upper side by the clavicle bone, just, you know, right at the end of the neck. But it may be a little longer than that, and that's okay because of the dangle. But let's go ahead and start stringing this baby up. Okay, so we're going to use 5 bicone spacers in metal. We're going to use 15 fire polish crystal rounds, 1 daisy, and we're going to use 2, 4, 6 of the gear style spacers. And we're going to use 5 metal gold beads there, 3 hexes, Toho beads, the 11-Os, 2 additional gold blue capri. We've got 1 crimp, 1 crimp cover, 1 wire protector, and 1 multifaceted bead. And that will mirror image everything I have on this side. And let's get to stringing, and just double it up for your other side when you're doing yours, if you choose to do this particular project. So we're going to do the spacer, and we're going to do the crystal, fire polish crystal, another bicone spacer, another fire polish crystal, and then we're going to do a gear style or daisy style, I'm not sure which one that's called, spacer, another crystal, another daisy gear spacer, another crystal, go ahead and pull those down. And we need 3 of those, so we need another spacer here. And another crystal. And then we need a gold metal bead to finish that segment off. And then the daisy, Chex glass daisy bead. Okay. And then another gold metal ball. These are 6mm balls, 6mm beads. Another crystal. Another gear style spacer. Butterfingers. Whew, I must be getting tired. And another crystal. Another gear, daisy gear, whatever. And a crystal. So we need 3 of those in total. 1 more of this flat spacer here. Okay, and then we're going to do another crystal. And then we're going to do a bicone spacer. And then we're going to do the blue capri, blue gold, or the gold capri faceted bead, 10mm. And another bicone spacer. Another crystal. Another bicone spacer. Crystal. My eyes do deceive me. Okay. And then we're going to do the crimp. We need a crimp bead. And then we need a crystal. Metal. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. Spacer. Uh-oh, I did miss one. Okay, so the spacer, the crystal, I needed another spacer. Okay, I put 2 spacers. I didn't need 2 spacers here. So a spacer, a crystal, and then the metal. 6mm gold metal bead. And then a crystal. Just mirror imaging my other side. Guess I got ahead of myself. So there's the bicone, crystal, and now the crimp. Now we want the crimp on. Oh, what did I do with my crimp? There it is, way over here. I don't know how I put it over there, but I did. So a crimp bead, and we'll go ahead and get that tightened up. And there's the crimp, and then we need we got the crimp cover that's going to go on that, and then a crystal, and then the wire protector. Just put that through. Let me go ahead and put that through like that, and then bring it around the other side. pull it through. Just wanted you to be able to see what I was doing. You want to bring that slack in. And then I wanted that crystal bead to cover up that space right here. I'm going to lift that up just a little just to get in here. And we're going to skip that bead. Oh no, we're going through that bead too, aren't we? Let me make sure what I did over here. Yeah, we go through both beads. We're going to go out of the protector into the crystal and into the crimp bead. And we need to make sure to get that untwisted because I've got it twisted up here. How? I don't know, but I did. There we go. And now pull it to itself. And then I've got to leave a little space for that bead cover, the crimp bead cover. So you got to keep that in mind. And we've got our wires crossed here. I need to get that uncrossed. Got to make sure that it's side by side and not crisscrossed for when you crimp. Okay, so we've got that. And I think we can pull up a little more slack. Just want to make sure that we are not going to forget to leave room for that spacer. And we want the slack on this to be taut to a degree, just enough. So I'm going to leave about that much space. That might be a little much, and it still looks like it's twisted inside itself. There. I need to make sure that it's side by side so that we can go ahead and crimp that bead. Okay, where's my crimps? And we're going to use the first, that middle section looks like a little P, a little section right here. And we're going to use that to crimp our crimp bead. Put that right in that P. What you want is for that crimp, I didn't tighten it down yet, but what you want is that crimp to go between the two wires. This can be tedious on this other side. It's easier on the first side, but that second side can get you. I'm not sure I like that little crimp bead either. It's a little wonky. So you can see it's got a little space in between there. And now you turn this 90 degrees, and you go to that front one. And give it a squeeze. Okay, that should be secure. And then I'm going to put my crimp cover down on top of that. So I'm just going to grab my cover in the front of the jaws like that. And I got to get between, oops, I got to get between those two beads right there. Slide it in and give it a squish. A light squeeze, because you want this to stay in the shape of a bead. You do it too hard, you could distort it. It's got a little bit of play in there, a little bit, not much, but that's okay. It gives the beads a little chance to move around. And then we'll just cut the excess off right there, and then we'll tuck it into, I should have tucked it first, but I didn't. So let me get my pliers, my little needle nose pliers, and I'm going to put this through the bead. I guess this video got long anyways, but I wanted to show you what I was doing, and that got twisted a little bit, so I need to pull that. I need to tug on that. So let me get that out of here between these two beads. Tug that straight. There. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off. I don't feel like fighting it tonight, but some people put them between beads and some people don't. I'm one that does, but didn't really do too much tonight. There, on that side. It's late, I've been up all day, I'm tired, ready to get this video done so I can go to bed. Now, the next thing to do is to grab my 20 gauge wire. Let me back it up. Okay, I'm going to do about 4 or 5 inches just so that I know I have enough. I'll probably have some left over, but it's better to have more than not enough, and then you truly waste it. So we are going to now follow the sequence of our one multifaceted spacer. Well, basically, let me back up. I'd like to make my loop first so that I don't have to hold on to it. So go down about an inch, inch and a half, bend that over, and it's about where I did my last loop. Bend that over, And then I'm going to do a wire wrap loop on this. There we go. I am going to go ahead and wrap this around the wire guard so that it's already hooked in, because I tend to sometimes forget and wire wrap it and then put it on the guard or on the end like I was supposed to. So if I do it now, then I won't mess it up and have to start over. So then it's just time to wrap your wire. Get a smaller one because this is a small fit. And I'm just going to try to do 2 little wraps to keep it consistent with the other side of the necklace. Squeeze it. And squeeze it. And then I'm going to cut the excess off. And I'm using the flush side of my cutters, not the other one. That one will make a tip. And we don't want a sharp tip. We want it as flat as possible. And I'm going to take my bent nose pliers and give it a squish. And feel for any sharpness, which I feel some, so I'm going to do it again. Okay. I'm going to straighten up my wire. It also hardens it, which is a good thing, gives it a little more sturdiness. And then we're going to make our link here, which is the multifaceted spacer bead. And we're going to do a crystal. And a 6mm gold metal bead. And then we're going to do our blue gold. And then a gold metal bead, 6mm. And then we'll just close this side up. Bend it over, take it back, pliers in and out, like that, make your P. And then I'm going to take this side of the chain and put the chain into the loop. Oops. Okay, I'm going to take the chain and put it into the loop like that. And now we'll just do a wire wrap on it, and we only need to do 2 wraps to be consistent. 1. I want to turn it over. Give it a squeeze, and 1 more time, and that's 2. Give it a squeeze, and then cut that off. Take my bent nose pliers, give it a squeeze. Check for any sharp sharpness. I don't feel any. And there we go. Now, I like to do my necklaces like this first, and if they're long enough, I'll leave it like that, and then I'll just put a dangle on the back. But since I want this one kind of short, I am going to search out the middle and put a clasp there and an extender chain. So I'll be right back. Okay, I lost some footage. It was actually more or less audio, so the footage went with it. But I left off by finishing off the bracelet, but I had actually forgotten the extender chain. I had one more link to do, so I actually recorded doing that link, but the audio was awful. It was bad. So anyways, I'm just showing to show you the finished product. I did put an extender chain on it with another gold capri, and I've got a little small crystal on this end where you hook and disconnect with the lobster clasp on the neck, and then there's one that dangles down to the back of the neck. And I don't think I even measured this one, and I can't find my ruler, so I will try to put it in the comments below myself to show you, let you know what it was in the end. But this is the piece, and I love it. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I hope that you like it too. It was fun to create. I kind of went through my design process a little bit with you on this one. Or maybe I didn't do it off camera. I can't remember now. The next morning, I had to stop and get some rest. It was terrible. But anyway, I love it. I think it's beautiful, and I hope that you like it too. And I hope you enjoyed this tutorial along with the unboxing. And I'm going to let you guys go, and I hope to see you in the next video. Okay, bye, y'all. Thank you for stopping in. God bless. Have a beautiful morning, noon, and night, and you take care. Bye. Okay, I couldn't resist. It is about a 18-inch. It's about an 18-inch necklace with a 3.5-inch extender chain. So I had to get that out there. I had to know. It was driving me a little bananas, but now we know. So not bad. 18-inch. It fits me right around where I wanted it to be on my chest. So it worked out just fine. I love this piece, and I think I'll have fun wearing it, or unless I sell it. So we'll see. Thank you guys again, and don't forget to check out my links below in the description box. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Also, be sure to hit that bell for all future notifications. It does help my algorithm when you hit the like buttons and shares. And be sure to check out all my links below for my Facebook pages, my channel pages, and all of my social media links. They will be in the description box. And also my emails for mailing or shipping or anything like that. If you want to buy me a tea, there is my PayPal information. And if you do PayPal me, if you purchase, it is friends and family only on PayPal, and that information will be in the description box as well. Again, thank you so much for being here. Have a blessed day. Bye.